My dear fellow human beings, we've come a really long way from the Stone Age. And today, when I'm speaking from this podium, I speak with full responsibility that we did many correct things in the past. We took many correct decisions, but our greed has got us down. The world has enough for one's need, but not for one's greed. This is a fact. When we started, we invented the wheel. It was a wonderful invention. But because of our greed, we took it too far. Now today on the road, we have so many wheels, and they have consumed so much of fossil fuel that what we have reserved for the last 1,000 years, we consumed it in few decades. This talks of our greed, isn't it? We broke fire, and it helped a lot because fire helped us in keeping us warm during extreme climates. It also helped us cook our food and make it tasty. But when this fire got into factories, it started vomiting greenhouse gases from its chimneys. Did we take it too far? Again, our greed is responsible for it. All external pollution that we have created, my dear friends, is basically a reflection of our own degradation. We are planning to go to the moon and Mars without realizing that we are killing our own Earth. We have done a lot of scientific developments, but in this process, unfortunately, we've lost ourselves. We don't know who we really are. Where are we moving? Just speed is not important, the direction is also important. And my dear friends, most of us are giving more importance to speed than the direction. Our perspectives are faulty. And because of these faulty perspectives, we have become very self-centered. We are only thinking about ourselves and giving more priority to our own interest than to the collective interest. And it is very important that we realize that it is our perspectives that is not allowing us to think big, that is not allowing us to be inclusive in nature. Today I'll be talking on the 7H to a happy and a sustainable planet. But before that, it is important that we realize that we are not alone in this universe. We are certainly not alone in this universe, and we are not going to survive if we think that we'll be alone and we don't need anyone else in the universe. The flora and fauna is important for us. The underwater life is important for us. The species living in, under the soil is important for us. But our greed and our ego is so high that we don't realize it. In this journey, we have made our life more comfortable. But from our comfort couches, we are not able to see what damage we have done to the world, what damage we have done to the planet. We don't realize it. And even if we realize it, we are not acting upon it. And even if we are acting, that action is not enough. Therefore, my dear friends, it is very important that today we take a call to address this issue, this burning issue, because if we don't address it now, we will not be alive to address it later. Today I am going to talk of hunger, the first edge. hunger. Every 13 seconds, a child is dying because of hunger. This talks a lot about how human gradation has taken place. And it's not because there's no food. It's not because we don't have the distribution channels. It's because we lack the intake. We have enough food. We have enough distribution channels. We know the knowledge. But we don't have the intent to share it with people who are dying of hunger. 811 million people are going to bed without food. Isn't it a shame on humanity? I feel I should be ashamed of it. And until and unless we address this burning issue, we cannot talk of sustainability because it is the basic need of human being. And if the basic need of human being, that is food, is not fulfilled, I think we're not doing justice to ourselves. The second important edge is health. And when I'm talking of health, I'm not talking of only the physical health. I'm talking of the physical, emotional, biological, and psychological health too. My dear friends, a lot of energy is getting wasted because people are depressed. Yes, a lot of us are depressed, and a lot of energy is getting wasted. The human energy, which is the most important form of energy. Because of, the lifestyle that we are leading, we are now suffering from a lot of lifestyle diseases. And these lifestyle diseases are killing us slowly and silently. We're not realizing it. The third most important edge is hope. My dear friends, can you live without hope? Suppose your stomach is full and you are healthy, but still, can you really live without hope? Hope is the most important element for sustainability. We should identify people who are left out, lift those who have fallen, and guide those who are lost. We should give hope to people. And if this hope is missing from the present and the future generation, my dear friends, we will not be able to address sustainability. The fourth important edge is happiness. And I tell you, all of you look best when you are happy and when you are smiling. It's not when you wear your best ornaments or your best clothes. But it is when you smile that you look the best. And manufacturing happiness wherever you are, with whatever you have, is something we should be working on. It's not that I'll be happy when I have a big car. It's not that I'll be happy when I have a big house. Or if I marry my beloved. You should be happy and you should learn to manufacture happiness, my dear friends, wherever you are, with whatever you have. GDP as a measure as a measure of development, I believe has failed. It has outlived its shelf life. It was good in the 19th and the 20th century. But in the 21st century, GDP does not capture all our perspectives. It does not capture the elements of sustainability. So instead of using GDP as a measure, we should shift to the gross happiness index, because I believe there are challenges in measuring gross happiness index, but we should focus on a shift from GDP to the gross happiness index, because that is going to measure what you really mean. Money is not an end, it's a means. Happiness is the end. Joy is the end. And that is something which we should be working on. And look at the smile on his face. Isn't he looking beautiful with his smile? The next important edge is humanity. perspectives have limited us to such an extent that we are either Indians, Americans, Chinese, we are either Hindus, Muslims, male, female, and all these divisions are actually killing us. It is limiting our perspective. The only perspective through which we can have a sustainable life is when we believe ourselves to be human beings and when we operate from the platform of being a human being. Nothing less, my dear friends. In India, the next H is Haryari. In India, Haryari means greenery. And by greenery, I don't just mean adding more green plants. Yes, we should be adding more green plants, we should be planting more trees. But along with it, we should also have green thoughts, emotions, and actions. It's not just that green cover will help us in a sustainable world. It's our thoughts, our emotions that are important. And we should have green thoughts and green emotions too, that are constructive in nature, not destructive in nature. And the last H, that is healing innovations and startups. As I told you, innovations are important, but reckless innovation is not required. It is, in fact, damaging us. Most of the entrepreneurs are basically running after, reckless innovations and startups. And because of this, we are actually trying to, not heal the problems. We're not trying to solve the problems, but the only objective is to make more money. And this is speeding up the end of this world. It is very important that we address this, our innovations, and we have startups that are more healing in nature. My dear friends, the 7H is not just a model, but it's a working model, and we've put this 7H model to work at a place called Dalmarg, which is a very backward place, which is a very backward region, which was left out in the race to development. So we picked up 5 villages in Dalmarg, and we're now working with 100 people there, engaging them in a constructive manner, and because of this engagement, they are able to take care of 500 family members. There have been instances when we have picked up a pregnant lady at 1:30 at night. We've taken her in our own carts, on own delivery carts, and we've rushed her to hospitals. There have been instances where people don't have clothes or even footwear, and we have been working to create a system where these people are able to earn it by themselves. And we're not just looking after, some help from outsiders. It is important that we work with the children. So what we have done is we are working with the youth, and if they are not interested in education, we are working with them through sports, so that we are able to channelize their energies constructively. So my dear friends, each one of you is important in this in this action plan, where sustainability is something which is, most important topic that we are talking of here today. And unless and until you participate in this, in this mission, I don't think we'll be able to achieve it. Because you are important. Human beings have actually created all the mess. And now it is you and me who have to rise to the occasion and take care of our planet. Thanks a lot.